All right, today we're going to dive into something that's, well, incredibly important. We're talking about the mental health journey for veterans, making that huge shift from military service back to civilian life. And we're going to be exploring a really simple, but honestly profound idea that it is absolutely okay not to be okay. This right here, this is the bedrock of our whole conversation. This statement flies in the face of a mindset that might have been drilled into you through training. We're going to really unpack why letting yourself be vulnerable isn't just okay, it's probably the single most powerful step you can take for your own well-being in the long run.
So, here's our game plan. We'll kick things off by really understanding the challenge. Then we'll tackle the stigma around mental health head on. After that, we'll redefine what courage looks like in civilian life. And then, most importantly, we'll give you some practical tools and talk about the power of community on your road to recovery.
First up, the unseen battlefield. Why do we call it that? Because for so many, the conflict doesn't just stop when you get home. It kind of goes internal, you know? It shapes your thoughts, your experiences, in ways that can be really tough to put into words. And it's so important that we just state this plain and simple. You've gone from this world of intense structure, of super high stakes, to a world that just plays by a whole different set of rules. And those skills, those instincts you honed to survive, they don't just have an off switch when the uniform comes off. They become a part of who you are. And that leads us straight into this idea of the stigma of strength. This is the real catch-22, right? The very same conditioning that kept you and your buddies safe in combat can actually become a wall, a barrier to healing when you're back home. I mean, just look at the contrast here. On one side, you have the combat expectations. Be resilient, stuff your emotions down, never, ever show weakness. These are survival tools. But then look at the other side, what you need in civilian life. You need to allow for vulnerability, to acknowledge pain, to seek support. The old rules of engagement just don't apply anymore. And realizing that, that is a huge first step. So, this brings us to a really critical turning point, a new kind of courage. It's about completely reframing our definition of what it means to be strong for this new chapter of your life. And this slide, this nails it. Seeking help isn't admitting defeat. It's a tactical move. It's like choosing a new tool for a totally different kind of mission. And that mission is your own well-being. It's a straight-up demonstration of strategic strength.
Okay, so armed with this new definition of strength, let's get practical. Let's move on to your toolkit for healing. These are real, actionable steps you can start using today.
Let's break this down. Number 1, acknowledge your feelings. They're valid signals, not weaknesses you need to crush. 2, talk about it. Saying it out loud breaks its power and goes against all that suck-it-up conditioning. 3, mindfulness. This isn't about emptying your mind. It's about grounding yourself right here, right now, which can be a powerful counter to hypervigilance. 4, stay physically active. This is a direct way to get back a sense of control and literally reset your brain chemistry. 5, connect with other veterans. And we're going to talk more about that in just a second. And finally, number 6, explore other kinds of therapies. Find the tool that works for your mission. I really want to double click on that 5th point because it is absolutely critical. Let's talk about the power of community and this vital message that you are not walking this path alone. So why is this so powerful? What is it about sharing your story with someone who just gets it without you having to explain a single thing? Why is that so transformative? Well, it's because it shatters that feeling of isolation. When you connect with other vets, you find this space of shared understanding. You don't have to translate your life or justify how you feel. It creates this real sense of belonging, something that might have been missing since you took off the uniform. It brings back that incredible feeling of camaraderie, of being part of a team again. It's a reminder that your unit is still out there, and they've still got your 6. And finally, let's talk about the long game, your path to recovery. This is all about adopting a mindset that you can sustain for the journey ahead, one that's built on self-compassion and, importantly, celebrating your own progress. Think about this for a second. You would never, ever hesitate to show compassion to a battle buddy who is struggling. The mission now is to turn that same level of support inward. Grant yourself that compassion. You have more than earned it. And please remember this, healing is not a straight line. There are going to be good days and bad days. Setbacks will happen, but they are not failures. They are just part of the journey. Every single step forward, no matter how small it feels, is a victory, and you should celebrate it. So, we want to leave you with this question, because this isn't just about giving you information. It's a call to action. Looking back at everything we've talked about, the toolkit, the power of connection, What is one small, manageable step you can take today to begin this new mission?